In the movie Rubber, Quentin Dupieux, creator of this film, adds in some interesting elements. Not only does he create this unrealistic movie about a homicidal tire, but he decides to add some spectators within the film that sort of serve as a Greek chorus, according to Ian Buckwalter of the Nashville Public Radio. The people are first introduced when the accountant brings the binoculars to him. It seems a little silly to have an audience within a film, but it all makes sense in the end for many reasons. One of the reasons could be no reason at all, and here's why. In a question-answer forum by Todd Gilchrist with Quentin Dupieux, one question asked is, the thesis for Rubber is that movies can make whatever choices they want because there's no reason for what happens but the filmmaker's whim. Did you ever have a no-reason moment of your own while watching a movie that particularly inspired you? And of course, Dupieux says there's no reason. He says that his best ideas were all related to no reason, so he decided to flow with it once more. Related to the textbook, Looking at Movies, Chapter 1, we learn about implicit meanings and explicit meanings. An implicit meaning lies below the surface of a movie's story and presentation and is closest to our everyday use of the word meaning. An implicit meaning is an association, connection, or inference that the viewer makes on the basis of explicit meanings which are on the surface of the movie. To refresh your mind, this movie attempts to work on the no reason motif. An example of this is the scene when the tire runs over random objects such as the glass bottle. According to the beginning of the film, when the sheriff talks about everything that is happening for no reason, that could be the reason the tire does this. In another scene, the tire is just looking at itself in a mirror. You could say that the overall meaning of this doesn't exist and it just adds the whole no reason motif, but you could also say that the implicit meaning is that the tire is looking at itself to see what it has become, a homicidal tire. Gilchrist also asked the question, it seems like this movie will have more visibility than Steak, at least internationally. Is this an effort to venture into more mainstream or commercial filmmaking? And the response is something you could probably expect. Basically, Dupieux says that the reason he filmed this in English is because he can let the movie be shown to a new audience, but he still wanted to be a free artist. He didn't want to commercialize his film, he just wanted to do whatever he wants to impress himself and just shares art with others. He still wants to be in control with an open-minded, cheap film rather than having his filmmaking experience as a job. This idea is directly related to a movie called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, which was created in 1978 as a low-budget film with very little reason. As mentioned before, Dupieux impresses himself with his little idea of putting an audience within his film. Aside from the no reason motif, the audience serves as the purpose of attention. Dupieux is practically mimicking the effect of a regular audience just by throwing them in the film. They make comments about the tire and what he is doing. They try to make sense of what is happening in the film, and they are what keeps the film going. Later in the film, the accountant brings poisoned turkey to the audience within the film and kills all but one. The sheriff thinks that the whole audience is dead, so he breaks the news to his crew that this whole movie is fake and proves it by letting somebody shoot him. Well, then the sheriff finds that one of the audience members is still alive, so the show must go on. It is clearly not until the last audience member is killed by the tire that the movie comes to an end. Clearly, Dupieux is saying that in order for the movie to happen, an audience must be present.